Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal. Topped it off with the easy desserts. Mr. Hot speaking. Previously, there were several videos to celebrate 2016 plus 2 rant videos today. Today's going to be the first TV show or channel rant done for probably at least several weeks, even months. 1 year ago, there was a rant on PBS Kids for 2015. It is currently 9:09 p.m., January 1st, 2016, and this is going to be a rant on PBS Kids for 2016. However, this won't be a lot shorter because there are fewer aspects to speak of. It's been 1 year since the PBS Kids rant, and PBS Kids has not improved. Looking back at PBS Kids from like a year to 2 years ago, it went downhill pretty fast. It's difficult to say how fast it went, but it's gone at an appropriate speed of downhill, and it's downhill. It's going to keep going downhill. It can't get much worse than this, however. PBS Kids has not improved, has only made 1 to 2 improvements in these past several years. Its downfall, though, isn't as serious as Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or Disney's downfall, because their downfalls were spoken of much more than this one. But PBS Kids went downhill about 2004, October 11th, 2004, when it had the PBS Kids Go. It went a little bit downhill, but then once they had this program about Hooper and that attractive lady, it went down. It was going downhill by 2006. And then they kept removing shows, and still they kept showing reruns of certain TV shows, including Clifford the Big Fat Gay Red so-called dog. Probably smells like a piece of turd. That's what he smells like. And it kept airing reruns of Dragon Tales till like 2011. Enough with the reruns. The viewers have probably seen the show almost every day. Was it necessary? No, it wasn't. PBS Kids, by the 2010s, it was going downhill even more. They added more. They came up with more TV shows that failed, and they basically had few TV shows left. Yet they decided to keep several TV shows that weren't even doing well and air reruns of a couple. Literally, the only 2 shows that have survived on PBS Kids that long are Sesame Street, which is very overrated, and yes, even the old Sesame Street's overrated too. Especially Cookie Monster has to be one of the most overrated characters on that whole show. And Arthur, which Arthur isn't as overrated as it used to be, but seriously, these shows need to move on already and the characters need to grow up in those 2 shows. They're still making episodes of those 2 shows, yet they haven't changed. Seriously, they're still almost the same as they first came out, literally. Enough with that already. Change. No talking, do. People talk too much and never do. Well, by 2012, PBS Kids was going downhill even one more step. When it introduced Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, it was going downhill fast. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood has literally little to no fan base and is therefore a dead horse. But that TV show marks the beginning of modern PBS Kids, the most recent of PBS Kids' downfall or dark years. From the fall of 2012, it's been airing ongoing. And PBS Kids even picked up more bad TV shows, like Peg Plus Cat, some new show that came out like last year, 2015, and maybe one more. It hasn't picked up too many TV shows, but it's picked up too many for its downfall. PBS Kids, face it, friends, PBS Kids does not deserve to be its own channel anymore. There's very few shows left that even deserve to air. These shows have been going downhill too. It's not even shows, it's just bumpers are just boring. It's not very interesting of an atmosphere. It's very dull and very repetitive and overused. PBS Kids needs to merge with Disney Playhouse and with Nick Jr. Those three should merge into one channel, because none of those three channels are doing well at all. Nick Jr. has very little popularity. Disney Playhouse, people barely watch them. PBS Kids is a brain-dead channel that few people watch. It's like PBS Kids has like very few viewers now. It's lost its viewers. The people in the next generation are done with it. It's only the most recent generation that's even watching it, despite that's targeted to their age group. It's losing viewers. So therefore, literally, PBS Kids can't even last that long. It could barely even last for a day, literally. So PBS Kids should be about a third of a kids show with Nick Jr. and Disney Playhouse. Ultimately, PBS Kids targets young children, but it's doing a disservice to itself when it's not listening to other people, or when it's not changing or making the right decisions. Some may argue that PBS Kids is targeted to young children. These shows were made for young children. Well, these shows are not educational with enough value to children. Some may argue that one's beating up on a dead horse. Well, at least one's actually speaking the truth, though. Alright, overall, PBS Kids needs to step up its game and get rid of all these baby shows and just die. PBS Kids needs to no longer have its own channel, and it needs to merge with two other channels. The only remaining shows that have succeeded are Arthur and Sesame Street, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, Peg+Cat, those few other TV shows, Dinosaur Train. Oh yeah, are the only shows left. The only show that's remaining is Arthur from PBS Kids Go. It is the only show that's outlasted. So therefore, PBS Kids is failing currently, and it's already 2016, and PBS Kids is going to do even worse this year than it did last year. Oh, by 2017 it's going to be more downhill, but it can't get much worse. So overall, boring bumpers, no pizzazz, a boring dull, mundane atmosphere, not much to show, and they're running out of ideas, like all the three other well-known kids channels. With that, that's all there is to say for this video. See you in the next video. Mr. Hata signing off. Peace out. Good night. Yeah.